up to this point, what's the most defining moment for you? I mean, this fight looks like it might be, but going into this fight, was there a certain point, an event in your life that stood out?
I mean, you know, when I turned professional, you know, that was a moment within itself. You know, especially at such a young age. You know, nobody ever thought that when I was younger, or from, you know, any time in my life that I would be a professional athlete. You know, so for me to go professional, that was a moment within itself. But now this is the most defining moment. This is like the most important. You know, this is my time to show the world who Devin Haney is, what Devin Haney is made of, and this is going to take me to that next level.
You think, you know, along with working hard in the gym, but like for this fight, you said it's been a different training camp for you.
Yeah.
How is it? We know physically it's been rigorous and everything, but how has it been mentally on you?
It's been mentally, you know, much better this training camp. You know, everything has been in order. You know, everything is going right. My team is good. Everything is good. You know, so I'm happy, and that's really the most important thing. You know, some fighters believe in going into the ring and you know, being mad, being angry, but that's not me. You know, I'm kind of the opposite. I like to, you know, feel good, and I feel like that brings the best out.
You know, a lot of fighters like to be by themselves before a big fight or whatever. What's your strategy with that?
Yeah, I tend to like to be by myself. You know, try to just chill, because you know, when you go into a big fight, and I'm not saying that I fought on the biggest level on the Mayweather type stuff, but when you go into a big fight, you know, a lot of other people are more nervous than the person that's actually going in there. You know, so they tend to make you kind of nervous, and kind of, you know, their nerves kind of wear off on you. So I tend to like to be by myself and, you know, just chill.
Okay, and finally, I know you're not looking for the knockout. You said you'll take the win any way you can get it. Sometimes when you don't look for the knockout, that's when you get it.
That's what they say. They say, you know, when you don't go in there trying to knock the guy out, you knock him out. So I'm going to go in there and not try to knock him out, and hopefully I get the knockout.
Well, we all wish you all the best, much continued success to you, and keep your eye on the prize. Good things are happening for you.
So thank you very much.
That's how a real reporter does it.
Hey, Devin, you always train here in City Boxing, and you always support us. You know, we're with a lot of the kids. You consider yourself a people's champion?
Oh, definitely. I definitely consider myself a people's champion. You know, the kids love me, the people love me, and I love the people. So I definitely consider myself people's champion.
Can you do a shout out for the gym? And
shout out to City Boxing. You know, they always been in my corner, always supported me since day one. You know, so shout out to them. It's the best gym in Vegas.
And you always train, and you always come in with the best trainers in the world. You got Mike McCullum, the body snatcher. You got everybody with you. Does that benefit you?
Oh, of course. You know, training is very important. You know, having the best team is very important. I got these two nerds right here next to me. You know, they the best underrated trainers in the game.
Thank you, Devin.
You know, of course, you know, I got my
boxing, man. Devin Haney boxing.
Supporting, right?
Of course, you know, I got my pops. You know, my pops been a tremendous help in my career. You know, he's been there since day one. He's definitely underrated as a trainer. People, you know, they always try to look at, you know, all the other trainers, but they never give my pops the credit that's due. But it's all right. One day he will.
Actually, Dev, just if I could real quick ask you about that. It seems like your dad, like, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's growing as you're growing too. Because he seems like he's getting more technical every fight.
I said that before. You know, I said that. You know. I said that on my Showtime, you know, Dane Camp, that, you know, that we learn from everybody, you know, and my dad has been there every step of the way, so everything that I've learned, you know, he's learned. He hasn't physically did it, but he's been there to learn it with me, so sometimes when I forget, you know, he's always there to help me remember.
Well, you know, you call these guys nerds. Is your dad becoming a little bit of a boxing nerd too now?
I just mess with him.
No, I know, but you know what I mean.
These my guys right here, you know,
by nerds, I mean brilliant.
You
know, brilliant
definitely.
boxing minds.
Boxing scientists.
Right.
As nerds, you know, not actual nerds.
Right.
You know what I mean? But man, my dad's for sure a boxing scientist. You know, he studies the game, you know, 24/7. When I'm sleeping at night, he's studying the game. Old fights, like old fights that people wouldn't even know. I don't even know how he finds these guys.
Do you guys ever literally sit there and look how he turns here, or look how he throws this? all that.
Yeah. Sometimes we go over some film and stuff like that, and sometimes I'd be like, "Dad, I'm tired of watching." All right. But it got me to where I'm at, so I still do it.
Who's you usually wind up watching the most with you? Which fighters usually?
My dad likes Sugar Ray. He watched a lot of Mike McCallum because he's one of my coaches. Roy Jones, we watch a lot of Roy. And you got to ask him who else he watches because he watched so many I don't even remember their names.
Are some fighters you can learn more like Roy Jones they say he's so athletic it's almost hard to learn what he
Yeah, a lot of people they think like, oh, Roy told me that everything that he did he had a reason to do it, but I think a lot of it he just was athletic and he could just get away with it because I tend to do a lot of that stuff. People ask me, oh, how did you see that punch? And I tell them like, yeah, I knew he was gonna do that. I set him up, but it's really just be reflexes.
So Devin, what would you say is your biggest challenge right now? Where there's so much expectations and everything like that. What's your biggest challenge?
Biggest challenge? It's really no challenges, man. Right now, I'm blessed. Training is going great. I'm finally, at the top level, and they pay me like I'm supposed to. So I can't say it's no challenges.
So do you have that otherworldly athleticism like Roy and Floyd had? You feel you have that too?
For sure. I think I have crazy athleticism, and I think as these fights go on, you guys got a chance to see a little bit of it against Mason Menard, but as I go on, you're gonna see like more. I feel like I'm getting more comfortable under those lights, under those bright lights, and soon y'all gonna see the whole arsenal.
Because it seems like the great athletic fighters, every now and then they almost get defensive though, like, hey, don't just say it's my gifts. I'm technically sound.
No, definitely. And that's one thing that my dad say. My dad always says to be technical, to work on the basics, because he says we know you can do all that. You learn these basics, and then you're gonna add your own little twist on it, whatever. And so that's why when I'm in training, a lot of people say that, oh, you shadow box like Andre Ward, and you dab like Andre Ward, but I fight like I'm Roy Jones, just because I practice.
Floyd Mayweather.
Because I practice the basics.
What's your motivation right now? Some people, you may not realize that are not in the situation that you are.
Yeah.
Will get a nice car and a few nice paychecks and man, start to get comfortable. I think was it B-Hop that said when you start wearing silk drawers or something, you're not hungry anymore. What's still motivating you to still come in here and put in that work and grind every day in the gym?
Because at the end of the day, in all reality, I haven't got to nowhere near what I'm supposed to in the boxing game. This is only the beginning. I want to be a multi-division world champion. I want to be pound for pound #1. And I want to go in the history books. So I'm nowhere near that. So why not stay focused?